Stop scrolling for a second, because if you really understand what I'm about to say, you will never experience time the same way again. Not because it's mystical, but because it's structural. After studying this deeply, I realized that what we call the present moment is not a point in time, it's not a second ticking on a clock, and it's not something you just pass through. It is actually a living field, a structured space where multiple layers of reality are happening at once. Inside this field, your past is still active, your future is already influencing you, and your ability to choose is constantly shaping what comes next. So the present moment is not empty, it is the meeting point of memory, experience, expectation, pattern, and will, all interacting together in real time. Now here's where it gets serious. What you call the past is not gone. It exists as traces, patterns stored in your awareness, influencing your reactions, your decisions, your emotional responses. And what you call the future is not out there waiting for you, it exists as probabilities, expectations, and potential patterns that are already affecting how you move right now. So you are not moving from past to present to future in a straight line. You are standing in a field where all three are active at the same time. And that means your life is not just happening, it is being shaped moment by moment through the interaction of these forces. This is why the text calls it a war with time. Not because time is your enemy, but because there is a constant tension happening within the present moment itself, a tension between order and disorder. Disorder, or entropy, is always increasing. Everything tends to break down, lose structure, fall into chaos. But life consciousness awareness does something very different. It pushes back. It organizes, it builds, it creates coherence. So every moment you are alive, whether you realize it or not, you are participating in this tension. You are either contributing to order through awareness and intention, or you are allowing disorder to take over through unconscious patterns. And this is where most people misunderstand their lives. They think their circumstances are random, or fixed, or controlled entirely by the past. But what this is actually showing is that there are different levels of reality operating at the same time. There is a level where everything is determined by cause and effect, where patterns repeat, where the past dictates outcomes. This is where habits live, where conditioning lives, where most people operate without realizing it. Then there is another level, the level of life where sensitivity appears, where awareness allows you to respond differently, where you begin to have some freedom. And then there is a higher level, which very few people access consciously, the level of creation, where new patterns can enter reality, where something that has never existed before can be introduced into the present moment. So your life is not just one fixed path, it is a negotiation between these levels. There are forces pulling you toward repetition, and there are forces opening the possibility of creation. This is why two people can have the same past and live completely different futures. One remains inside the deterministic layer, repeating patterns, reacting automatically. The other steps into awareness and begins to act from will, and that changes everything. Now, here's something even deeper that most people never consider. Not all future is the same. There is what you could call a predetermined future, what will happen if nothing changes. This is the path of probability, of momentum, of cause and effect continuing forward. Then there is destiny, not fixed, but directional. It is a pattern that wants to be realized, but it requires participation. And then there is freedom, the ability to create something new that was not already set into motion. So the future is not a single line, it is a field of possibilities, shaped by how much awareness and will you bring into the present moment. And this is where responsibility enters. Because once you see this, you can't pretend your life is just happening to you. The present moment becomes a kind of control center. Everything that will unfold passes through it. And if you are unconscious, you simply repeat what is already there. But if you are aware, you can begin to intervene, not by forcing outcomes, but by introducing new patterns through your attention, your intention, and your actions. Now let's go even deeper into something the text points to that is rarely explained clearly. There are moments where insight appears suddenly, clarity, intuition, creative ideas that feel like they come out of nowhere. These are not random. These are instances where a higher level of reality touches the present moment. It's like a new pattern enters the field. And when you act on it, You are no longer just reacting to the past, you are participating in creation. This is also why sometimes you feel something before it happens, or you sense a shift before it becomes visible. Because the present moment is not isolated, it is connected to a larger field of patterns beyond what your senses can detect. And this leads to one of the most important ideas in everything you just read. If there were no capacity for new action, no ability to create new possibilities, the present moment would collapse into chaos. It would lose meaning. So there must exist a level of reality where new patterns can be introduced without breaking the structure of existence. And this is where will becomes powerful, not just everyday choice, but a deeper will that can shape outcomes over time. Now take this even further. Your present moment is not just personal. It exists within a larger field, a greater present moment that includes humanity, history, and the evolution of life itself. That means your actions are not isolated. They contribute to a larger unfolding. So when you bring awareness into your life, when you act intentionally instead of reactively, you are not just changing your own path, you are contributing to a greater order. So the real question is not, what will happen to me? The real question is, which level am I operating from? Am I repeating patterns from the past? Am I reacting automatically? Or am I aware enough to introduce something new into my present moment? Because that is the real war with time. Not against the clock, but between unconscious repetition and conscious creation. And once you truly see this, your life stops feeling random. You start recognizing patterns, understanding your reactions, seeing how your past is influencing you, and more importantly, realizing that you have the ability to shift it. So if this opens something in your mind, if you felt that click of recognition, that moment where something deeper made sense, this is exactly the work I guide people through. I work with empaths, sensitives, and seekers who are ready to understand their patterns, their energy, and their path on a deeper level so they can stop repeating cycles and start consciously shaping their lives. If you're ready for that, you can book a one-to-one session with me, or join the Alchemical Garden, where we explore this together in a grounded, real way. And if you made it this far, comment, I see the pattern. Because once you see it, you're no longer just moving through time, you're working with it.